Hi, my name is Ayça. I'm a creative technologist. Welcome to my digital corner. Today we will take a look inside of my auction boxes. Last month I bid for the first time and it was a very pleasant experience, and I think I have a new hobby. And also I made a list of the things I wish I knew earlier about networking. I wish someone told me, and we will take a look at inside of these things, and I will talk about some tips about auction house when we are opening this one. We will talk about networking when you are opening that one. And if you are curious about the second one, jump time travel. Okay, let's take a look. So last month I went to the auction house, and the people seemed really enjoying what they are doing, and I told them this is my first time, how does it work, and if you could give me some tips I would really appreciate it. So you go inside of the aisles and there is some numbers for each boxes, and for your future self you write down the number and the items you want in the auction in the boxes. So when I'm writing notes, I used emojis for sorry, there is a lot of dust here, so sometimes I need to take a small break. Yes. So for this one there was a lot of emojis on this one, and yeah, let's start taking a look. So the first item is this random tree. I don't know what was the importance of this tree, but it's pleasant to look at. Another thing is some angels and a baby. I think this used to be in a kitchen because the surface is a little bit greasy. And there is some candle holder, and there is some more pieces. I don't know if it doesn't seem like it had one more thing, but also there is one more piece here. Yeah, I don't know. So there is some shoes. They are size 40, so I cannot wear these, but I don't know, they are unique. There is some candle holder or liquor glass, I don't know. So the two tips, it's more harder than I thought to do both of them. The two tips, one of them is before you start, you write down what is your maximum for that box, because when another person starts bidding, your brain thought, oh, I had that and I lost it, I need to get it back. So it can feed the cycle and you can end up very like, it is not groundbreaking, but it's better to write it down before you start going in. And this is some angel with a book. It says handmade in Ireland. And the second tip is to set an alarm, and it is a mind game. And you set an alarm and wait. 1 minute, even 1 minute is too long to bid, because when you start doing it early, the other people have more time to increase the thing. So, and if you bid for the last second, it gives, I don't know if it's everywhere like this, but it gives 2 more minutes for other people to get a chance, so you don't you will have another chance to think about it. This is Madonna and Child, and there is, I thought it was a book, but it is a postcard book. in different styles. Yeah. And I don't know. Maybe I write down some things and ship to the people these. And yeah, for example, I wanted to be sure that I get this box, and I first bid for this one for €5, and no one else wanted it, so this is mine. And there is a teapot. There's some bugs inside, but it's a teapot with not the same, but similar plates with flowers, and more plates. There is a mug, again with some bugs, and also a door. Some object that has a cross, and there is the ship with a cross, and the sail is a heart. Yeah. And this is the first box, and this is the second box. I really wanted to have this one because I really wanted to have this hat. This is handmade in Venice, and I think I had the perfect project for this. So yeah, good hat. And I thought this was cool. I can hang this somewhere. And my name is Ayça, and it means crescent. So I really wanted this hat, and this seemed like okay, I can have it. And there's a lace. This is heavier than it shows. There's some glasses, 4 of them. And I again forgot about talking my tips, and I've already opened a lot of things. Don't know. So let me give you why you need to get better at networking, because you never know what's going to happen, and you can create opportunities, and you never know who you will meet, and you can learn from their experiences. For example, they are probably good at least one thing, and maybe you are interested in that, and maybe if you are even not interested in that, but you can learn from others' experiences, and when in future, when you have some circumstances that you can recall, oh, that person did, maybe it was logical. So it's good to get inspired by other people, and the biggest secret is everyone is interested in what they want. So it's maybe when you are first starting with professionally networking, observe what do people do when they are interacting with the other people, and do you want to be in that position? Like, do you want to have such an interaction? So you need to see some examples to decide, and try to learn what they do right. And this is not for always, but sometimes when you have a good idea and you think about it and it's logical to you, sometimes it's good that getting feedback from others, it makes sense to you, but it's good to know if it makes sense to other people. So sometimes it's good, sometimes they don't get your vision, so do not get discouraged if a person does not understand what you are trying to say. Maybe you need more time to explain it better. So you get better at by doing it. And another tip is, this is really important. This one is really important because when a person is rude, there is not always nice people in the world. And a person is rude to you, try to think maybe they are having a bad day. Try to assume that, because it's not helping for you to like have a rude person talking to you. It's not nice to have. And when you have a negative interaction with another person, your mind, at least for mine, my mind was thinking, oh, what went wrong, and try to solve that in my mind because I don't want to have that. But later on, I realized when I focus on that, my mood goes down, and I actually missing the chances that meeting the nice people in the room, because that person demoralizes me. So I try to not to do that, and I think I got better at it. So do not focus on one negative interaction. And yeah, it's perfectly normal to think what went wrong, but you don't need to be friends with everyone. And yeah, in addition to that, I think the second tip would be, before you start meeting, for example, that you go in a symposium and that day you will meet a lot of people, and on the way, try to think in your mind, oh, I will meet some friends that I never met before. Like, try to think that they are your friend. It's helpful. How? It's helpful. Okay, I will paraphrase from here because I'm getting distracted by a lot of dust. So before I meet a lot of people, think as they are your friend you didn't see for a long time. Of course, they are strangers, have boundaries, do not be disrespectful to other people, like not too much sincerity we are talking about. And it helps to have a better interaction with those people, because when you are having the first step, you are acting more sincere. Yeah, and another thing is, realize we are all mortals, and nobody knows what they are actually doing. For example, some people seems more grounded, like they are more grounded, not seems, because they have a more clear direction, where they want to go. And you will have such a thing with more experiences. So when you are, for example, a person who is in 40s, they are being 40 years old for the first time. So this is all new for us, and they are doing better because they have more experiences, more fails. So this takes us to another tip, which is give yourself time to experiment and try to see what you want. Yeah, and let's keep on. There's a bowl, and there's some. This is too small for sugar. Maybe jewelry box. And I think this is for sugar or salt. Yeah, I would put salt in this one. And there is some decorative object which has some scenery on it. There is some plate for cookies. There is some wooden bibelot, a bibelot, metal bibelot. What does it say here? It's a number, but I don't think it's the date of it. Yeah, when you meet as a senior in your own industry, you don't have to have the perfect question. Sometimes you are a good when you sometimes you are in a good communication. I was trying to say conversion, not conversationalist, by being a good listener. So try to hear what does that person trying to say. I wish we would be having much more clear communication, but sometimes people ask you questions because they want to know something else. So try to think, why did they ask that question? So that happens. Another thing is, yeah, so I think this is the last one. Yeah, don't be, not the last one, but okay. This is a box. It has the Steden van Nederland. It has the cities of the Netherlands. There's a rope inside. And yeah, Amsterdam, Delfzijl, Groningen, Arnhem. So I thought it was cool. So now you know why I really wanted this box. It had all the enjoyable things. So I thought this was really nice for another project on YouTube. We will see. I'll do my best. And there is some kitchen things. A lot of these teaspoons, but sometimes they have really tiny ones. For example, this is really tiny. This is an unusual fork. I don't know if it is functional. Kelton. This is a butter knife. It has also this is wooden. I think it's cool. It's a cheese slicer and more unusual spoons. I don't know what it is for. I wouldn't choose that one for soup. So this is made in Groningen, but it is rusted. A bottle opener. And this is a spoon made in 1937, 7 January. And there's one lady and man that is maybe a royal wedding happened that day. I don't know. More unusual spoons. So there is a lot of spoons. I'm skipping spoons and forks. This is interesting. I forgot what they are called. Terami? No. Okay. So there is some coins. This is a city coin, Province Groningen, made in 1994. This is 2.5 cents. Its date is 1979. There is 2 5 cents. They are, one of them is 1984, one of them is 1977. I don't think they are very valuable, but I like them. Yeah, there is more tiny spoons. Another spoon. And one photograph of a woman and a man. I don't know if they are married or they are siblings and their mother had that to take a look at that. I don't know. Yeah. So the last tip I think it is, yeah. Do not be afraid to ask for clarifications. So you can always ask, what do you mean? Because sometimes I found myself trying to give an answer, a question that I didn't get fully. So it's always to be not an AI to generate a similar answer to the question. Just, it's okay. Ask, what do you mean? And yeah, maybe in future I will have an auction house. I told to them, not immediately, but in 30, 50 years. So they told me that, oh, we will not have this auction house in 30, 50 years. Maybe I will have that auction house. We don't know. Yeah. I hope you liked this week's video, and it would be nice if you like and subscribe, because I want to make this YouTube thing work, and it would help me change my life, and I can keep going with the having open source educational material on creative technology. Yeah, I have it. Yeah, you know. Do you have another tip that you would give to your earlier self about networking or on auctioning? I would love to hear your thoughts. Ja, see you. Tot ziens. Doei!